Today, we're going to be talking about the things you must have as a man living in America to be considered or deemed successful, in my opinion. So, a little bit about me. My name is Stephen Migradichin. I've coached thousands of men that were soft, out of shape, weak, mediocre in existence into highly capable business operators. We call them business assassins or business assets. Guys that were out of shape, had some work to do around the gut and the stomach and wanted to become dangerous and formidable and attract women, and not just women, but men in terms of networking into their life so that they can operate and live a much better existence. So the things you need to be considered successful, in my opinion, is one, presence. If you do not have presence as a man, you do not have a six pack, you do not have veins running down your arms, you don't have the nice shoulders, the nice jawline, you just aren't successful as a man. Because if you look back into history, since literally the dawn of human time, what have men always done? Gone to war and fought. This is why in the old days, right, the Romans would pick up rocks, melt them into swords and other sorts of weapons, and they would just point and go into random areas and just kill and murder and just fuck shit up. That is inside of you. That is the warrior spirit. Now, I'm not saying to go just fuck shit up today, but today men conquer in a different way, and it's a financial or a fiscal conquest, which is great. I'm not saying not to make a lot of money. We make a lot of money at American Stallion. I have a 9-figure real estate portfolio that generates a lot of money. I like money. Money is not evil. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is if you are soft and forgettable in appearance and you have a gut that hangs over one of your $1,000 Ferragamo belts, you're an idiot, and you're never going to be deemed successful in the real world. So these are the things you need. Number one, like I just said, physical capability and authority, some kind of physical presence, because your body as a man is a combative image. You should be getting off like a combative image. That's why you watch these movies. You like Bruce Wayne, James Bond, Saving Private Ryan, all these badass masculine movies, because these guys are dangerous. That's why you watch the movies. You don't watch them because, you like that Bruce Wayne has a Lamborghini and no, bro, what is a Lamborghini, bro? Everyone's got a Lamborghini. The Lamborghinis are stupid. So what you need is a body that speaks before you even walk into a room. That's number one. Number two, what you need is you can't just have a body anymore to be considered successful. You have to have some kind of capability. Because if you have a six-pack because you're listening to Joe Schmo or some other online fitness brand or influencer, and he's telling you to work out a certain way, train a certain way, or do kettlebells, or eat keto, or intermittent fasting, all this bullshit that just doesn't work. If you're listening to him, gentlemen, pay attention. Listen to me. If you're listening to him, guess what's going to happen? You're going to blow out your ACL. You're going to blow out your back. You're going to have more injuries. Some of you are already quite injured. You're going to develop more problems, more issues, more shit for me to clean up. More shit for me to clean up. Don't do that. Don't listen to this bullshit. Well, I'll teach you how to get ripped. You can stay in a calorie deficit. Bring the calories way down. Just do kettlebells. You need to be capable. You need to also be functional. You cannot just rely on having an 8-pack like one of these companies. I'm not going to say the name because I'm a good man. I'm a man of integrity. I'm a nice man. I'm not going to say the name, but there's a company out here that doesn't give a fuck about if you're getting into shape or how capable you are as a man. They just talk about the six-pack and the aesthetics, much like Gucci, Hermes, Ferrari, Lambo. They're an identity, full-blown identity transformation company, which we are as well. But for us, we take capability a step further. So number one, you got to have a six-pack. You got to be physically dangerous in appearance. But number two, you got to be dangerous. You got to be dangerous. I'm not saying you need to be good with your hands or knives or firearms and stuff like that. That's all great. But you need to be able to perform, and you need to be able to have some form of capability in order to go to that next level and be seen as a successful man in today's society. So that's number one. Number two, what could number three possibly be? Longevity. longevity, and health. If you have a six pack and you are capable, but you don't have it or it came at the expense of your health or longevity, you're an idiot as well. You know, you're injecting TRT in your ass, thousands of dollars of peptides. You're taking endless supplements, creatine, protein powders, the whole nine. And where is it getting you? Nowhere. It's not even getting you leaner. It's not making you more capable, and it's just destroying your health. Stop eating protein. Stop eating creatine. This stuff isn't bioavailable, meaning it is not, your gut is not able to recognize this stuff as real food. Therefore, your body is just excreting it. You're just wasting your money. You're just making someone else rich, just like in any other market. And you can say, well, this is not what you're doing. You're trying to sell us something. I'm not selling you anything. I'm selling you biology. I'm helping you out. I'm telling you the truth. I'm revealing the corrupt lies and hacks of the industry so that you can ultimately make the decision based on the information I presented you with, you know, based off the information that I've accumulated from 20 plus years of working out. Okay, gentlemen, I'm almost 40 years old. Do I look 40 years old? Do I? Write down in the comments below. If you think I look 40 years old, let me know. But I don't think I do. The women in my life don't think I do. So these are the things you need to become a high value man, a extremely respected man, a man that is not just ripped, but can perform and look dangerous and have the longevity and health for a lifetime. Because as I've said, if you have the six pack, you have capability, but it came at the expense of your health, your biomarkers, you know, your pinning testosterone, TRT, HRT, all these things, you're just not going to perform, and it's just not going to last for you long term. What is the point of having a six pack and a Lamborghini and all the cool watches and a hot wife and kids that love you and a company that respects you if it's not going to last? So just answer yourself that, bro, because I can't stress how important that is. Like, you have to understand that this entire industry is selling you BS because they want your money, which is fine. You know, it's fine. Like, but understand that's capitalism, but understand it's at the expense of your health and longevity. So that's all I've got for today, gentlemen. It's a rainy day here on the farm. I might be going back to Boston soon. You know, I just find it more peaceful here down on my farm. We have 10 acres here on the main farm and another 100 acres down the road. We run a small black grass-fed Black Angus operation. You know, I process not everything on the farm myself, but we bring it to a local butcher, and it's just a way for me to, one, stay busy, stay connected to the Lord more, and get off the grid, and just get out of the cesspool of the city, which I do like the city. I'm not saying I don't like it, but it's good. So, you know, if you got some money and you have some extra capital sitting around, invest in a farm, bro. It'll change your life as well. And you don't have to do any of this shit now because you're no longer in the city. You're not, you know, you can get ripped, you can get jacked. You can, you're out on the farm, bro. You're in the sun. It's great. You're eating healthy, grass-fed, grass-finished organic beef. You know, maybe you have some dairy cows and you're milking your own dairy as well. So that's all I've got for today, gentlemen. I hope you learned something. Remember, number one, what you need is a six-pack. Yes, of course, the industry is correct. Number two, capability. Yes, of course, the industry is halfway correct there. But lastly, don't do it at the expense of your health and longevity, because you want to be alive and around for as long as you possibly can while looking lean and providing for others and protecting them. So that's all I've got today. Sign off. Let me know in the comments below if you think I look 40 or not.